Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Darren Bartlett, and here I discuss all the international stories, but specifically on the African continent. So you can subscribe and get to learn more that happens here. Now, yesterday was a day that, as an African, you will never forget. Would I say that Africans didn't learn from what happened between Trump and Zelensky? Probably yes. Probably they thought that something better would happen. Now, here's what happened. Now, President Ramaphosa and Trump met yesterday at the White House, where they were supposed to be discussing trade issues and also other bilateral, relations that they're trying to build together. Historically, or just not so long ago, actually, Trump and his administration suspended aid to South Africa, actually all aid to South Africa, with allegations that there is a genocide against white people in South Africa. And in fact, they also suspended the ambassador of South Africa to the United States. So the relationships have been really terrible. And because of the allegations of that there's a genocide against white people, the whites who are there, the Afrikaners, had about 46 people go to the United States as immigrants. That's the background. That's what happened. But here's the thing. So President Ramaphosa went into the White House with hopes that they would have these allegations and these discussions on trade put back, because South Africa, I think, has 30% tariffs on them, placed on them when it comes to the exports that they make. So they thought that they would iron out the issues, that the misunderstandings, but also have longer discussions on the business side of the country. But also remember that South Africa will be hosting the G20. So most likely you expect President Trump to be there. And these are the conversations that people thought there would be. Guess what? Ramaphosa walked into a ganged media, and I would love to call it a gang media, because these are things that probably they were not pre-briefed about, the questions that they are going to be asked or the discussions that we're going to have. And when they reached there, in the conversations, Trump says, hey, put on the lights so that we can see a video. And this is a video on allegations of genocides against the white people. And guess what the video shows? It shows statements, and I would say selective statements, maybe without context, that Julius Malema, who is an opposition member who has a party, EFF, in South Africa, with cutout clips where he talks about killed his whites, killed his, such statements, okay? And that was used against Ramaphosa, and it becomes very difficult for him to explain some of those conversations. That wasn't enough, and someone still asked, the journalist asked him a question about the crosses, so many crosses, and Trump pulls out also copies of which has pictures of crosses, and these are claimed to be graves or mass graves of whites killed in South Africa. If presidents are going to be treated like this, do you really think African presidents will actually attend the US African summit? Usually it happens, and African presidents travel from their countries to go to United States and talk to the president of United States. And this is where deals are actually cut. If you remember the last one, DR Congo had a deal with USA. Actually, so many countries had deals with USA. That's what they discussed business. But is that going to happen again this time round with what we saw? What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive, to see what can happen to Africans. And here's the thing. Sometime back, sorry about that, picking my nose is not something that I would love to do, but sometime back, there was a conversation that I watched. It was kind of like a debate, but it was a debate. And a gentleman, I don't remember by the names, said the West, or maybe Europeans, were very smart at what they did during colonization. So what did they do? First, when they came to colonize, they encouraged Africans to continue planting what they didn't have in Europe. Plant coffee, plant cotton, and other cash crops. Plus, go on and mine the minerals and give us these minerals. What they didn't do, and African countries, by the way, succeeded in this. They did so well, so well. Now, what happened after colonization, when countries got independence, the West pulled out and said, well, you know what, continue to grow the coffee and bring it to us. What they didn't do, they didn't empower Africans on adding value to what they were exporting. That when you give us cotton, the clothes you're wearing, this is how we use the cotton to make the clothes that you're wearing. So they said, give us the cotton and we will give you the clothes. And of which the clothes, you continue to buy them. So buy the cotton cheaply, add value to it, make the shirts and sell them to the same Africans expensively. They didn't show Africans on how to grow the cotton, process it, and make shirts out of it. Anyway, I digress. But it's just something to show you that these are the times. They are not normal, and maybe we'll expect more of this as we go ahead. My name is Darren Bartlett, and I will see you in the next one tomorrow. Like, subscribe, and share.